on an in-studio look. So thank you guys for the love and the support.
Roger playing with his nuts all
Yeah, somebody said that, and I catch myself. Someone said it was a compliment from a gay gentleman. He said, I tune in every week just to watch you play with your junk, and then I was like, fuck, stop doing that. Stop playing with your junk. And then I just caught myself a little while ago. I was just kind of holding it. I wasn't really playing with it. But anyway, yeah. Anyway.
It's throbbing in his fucking hand.
Bad.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
What's up, everybody? You going? You jumping in? Get in there, buddy. Go ahead.
This guy.
Whoa. Sorry. Ready?
No, not a clap either.
What are we doing?
Your listening skills. We should keep this on. This guy's listening skills are in the fucking gutter. Okay? All right?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
What's the difference? I could clap. It's the same thing.
Hey.
There's no difference, really. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Because it's easier probably to do 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Let's maybe
we used to clap. Now he wants me to do 1 through 3. Okay. So anyway, what's up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Champ and the Tramp. I kind of forget where we're at. I think we're at episode 50-something. It doesn't really matter at this point. We're up, trucking. We're doing well. I got my man Frank sitting over there. We got our guy Andrew over there running the mixer.
Hey, man, I want to say something.
Go ahead,
It doesn't
buddy.
have to do with any of the topics we're probably going to talk tonight.
Okay.
A little tribute to my man, Alex Trebek.
Oh, agree.
You know, that hits home with me.
Yeah, I agree.
I literally watched Jeopardy. I told you that. You know that I watched Jeopardy. I DVR it, and my father who passed 3 years ago. That's the guy that he used to watch, and that's how I got into it. So
Same.
definitely
shout out, for sure.
Hit home a little bit, and shout out to Trebek. Whoever is gonna take that position
is big shoes.
To fill because
sure.
Dude, he was an icon. He's an icon.
He is
an icon.
There's not a lot of people in Hollywood or anywhere in any public eye that you can't find a little dirt on or a little something bad to say about.
He's beloved.
What could you say about that guy? He's beloved by everybody. You know what I mean?
So dude, and he, I literally watched last night's, and it was filmed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and he looks healthy as fuck, energetic as fuck.
Wait a minute, is that possible? It was filmed 2 weeks ago.
The guy came on. I guess the producer of the show came on.
Is that right?
Give a little heartfelt message, about Alex Trebek and whatnot. And he said, he filmed the last 2 ones only a couple weeks ago. Or the last 35 episodes.
Is that right?
Ago, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I didn't realize. We'll pour one out.
I'm gonna drink one for him. You don't pour it out, please.
All right. If it was a rapper, we pour it out.
If you got shot with a gun, pour it out.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So anyway, for some of you may tune us out immediately. We're gonna go down the rabbit hole a little bit with politics, just because we don't want to be a one-trick pony in here. We don't want to just have fighters on, just talk about fighting or reality TV. And I know that some people don't want to hear about politics. They like to tune into our show to not hear about it. But I don't see how, as two people that live in this world today, we can't have at least some conversation about it. We don't have a guest today. Frankie and I are standing alone. We're going to get into it a little bit, express our feelings a little bit. And we may go off subject and go down completely different hole. But I feel like we have to discuss this a little bit. Do we not?
I mean, what else is in the news right now but this? It's so prevalent in our lives. My 10-year-old son, my daughter knows. It's great. Yeah. My 6-year-old daughter knows about it. That's just wild to me. I mean, I didn't know shit when I was in high school. My 6-year-old daughter knows about the presidential election. It a little bit. But my son, Santino, he's fucking all in, dude. It's kind of crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, it's wild.
I feel like, it wasn't as well. There wasn't as much controversy when I was a kid. It was pretty simple.
Well, I mean,
it wasn't as much. There wasn't
2000 was
there wasn't as much shit talking either. You know what I mean? Like candidates back then.
Listen,
that nasty campaigning didn't really exist when I was a kid.
Facebook started in 2004.
Did it really?
That's like not long ago,
no,
right?
No,
so pretty much there was no social. That was the biggest social media, right? MySpace before that, but that wasn't really too interactive. Yeah. At least not that I remember. But that's like Tom was the MySpace guy.
He was the man, yeah.
But that's why it is so much more shit talking.
It's on your. It's in
on
your face. Yeah.
You get that back then. They can only talk shit at the debate,
right?
And then you didn't get to see them talk shit until then.
Right.
Now they're talking shit every chance they get. You know,
technology has advanced. Yeah, you're right. But I do feel like there was a little more.
Class.
Yeah,
dude. It's just the way our country's going.
Yeah.
Like even when those what do they have those when the president has to give those speeches every quarter. They address the nation, you know, and they do it in front of like Congress and this and that, and like, yo, if like Trump walks up or even like Obama back in the day, they'd walk up, the other side wouldn't clap. And but back in the day, that wouldn't happen. Like the fucking president, that's the president of our country. Right. We fucking all clap for him.
Right.
And now it's like they one side won't clap for the other side. It's just the way we're going.
The division is, I've never seen anything like it. It makes me concerned for my kid's future.
No, and you know what? I hate saying,
because I don't believe it's going to get better.
I
don't believe it's going to get better.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to have like
talk to me. Goose.
I want to have a good outlook on stuff,
right,
and I hate saying that side, Democrat, Republicans. Like, dude, I didn't even know. I do feel like I am falling more towards one side as I see what's going on.
Sure, and I could give you my reasons why.
Yeah, right. But there's just like, dude, literally, say that the votes stay what they are now. 73 million people voted for Biden, 71 for Trump. That's literally split down the fucking middle.
Correct.
You're telling me all of that many Americans are that far off?
Right.
We're not. We're really not.
Right.
I guarantee it. And people are at
Most
each other's
people
throats
that ever
for no
voted
reason.
ever. Part of the reason of that being is because it was easily accessible.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you didn't even have to leave your house. So obviously the numbers are going to be up, but still, in the history of our country, the most amount of people that have voted ever. Right. I mean, it's crazy. The loser got 71 million votes.
Like, do you think? Okay, here we go. All right, say either Trump or Biden gets in. Is it that big of a difference?
Yeah,
you do.
I think so. I mean, again, we talked about this a little bit in our last episode. Will our lives be impacted dramatically? I don't know. It's not like we're going to be living in third world nation no matter which one gets in overnight. But small adjustments are going to happen, sure, that are going to have. I mean, for me, for example, the first reason you asked me who do I support as a candidate and why, the Second Amendment is very important to me, and I believe that will change in the next 4 years.
I don't know though. I think what they're trying to do, right? I mean, from what it seems like, what Biden's trying to do, he's trying to make New Jersey gun laws for everybody. You're right, in a sense. Kind of saying get rid. He's trying to get rid of ARs.
Yeah, he wants to do a ban and a buyback program, which isn't.
Right.
They call it a buyback program, right? It's like we're gonna do. It sounds good, right? We're gonna do a buyback, but we're gonna give you pennies on the dollar for what you paid for your gun, but we're gonna do the right thing and buy your gun back. No, it isn't. It's the fucking, government coming to your door
and
armed and saying, "Give me your fucking shit."
Yeah.
That I can never support that. I went through all the loops. I'm a legal gun owner. You are a legal gun owner in one of the toughest states, probably second to New York only.
Yeah.
To own a gun in. We jumped through all those. How long ago did you put your pistol permits in?
Dude, June,
and you're still waiting for them. Right.
Yep.
Probably the second hardest state, arguably, in the nation to become a licensed gun owner in, and we went through all those hoops, covered all those background checks, did all that shit. And a man out there who very possibly is our next president wants to take some of those rights away from me. What he has determined, a guy that literally knows nothing about guns. Have you ever heard him speak on it?
Right,
he literally knows nothing about what he's talking about.
Need a shotgun.
Yeah. That's all you needed. My wife got a shotgun in the closet, and that's all she needs, You don't need that AR-14 for nothing. He has no idea what he's talking about, as most of them don't.
Right.
Right. Somebody a long time ago said, hey, these guns look scary. You know what I mean? There's no difference in the caliber between a hunting rifle in many cases. I understand automatic weapons. I understand that, and I don't have an issue with that. I understand that. I mean, I think that is going down a slippery slope at times. I think that's the start of once you start limiting and restricting, where does it end? And that's sort of where it started with automatic weapons. But we don't need automatic weapons, in my opinion, unless you're in the military. You really don't.
Fully automatic.
Correct. Fully automatic.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You don't need those.
But I don't think they don't use those in the military, really.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They do?
Yeah, for sure.
But they got rifles, mostly, right?
Mostly, yeah. It's kind of a waste. It's kind of a waste of ammo just to do big dumps like that. Right. But they do. They have them, obviously. And SWAT teams and things like that, where they're viably usable, they have access to them. You can even go to some ranges and shoot them. You can't own them unless you have the highest licenses possible.
But AK is fully automatic.
No, absolutely not.
No?
AK-47?
Yeah.
Not the ones that you and I can own.
Okay.
I own an AK-47.
Okay, no, but they do have fully automatic AKs,
They have
correct?
fully automatic AKs,
Everything, right?
AR,
Yeah.
basically
I
anything.
went to that gun store in Vegas,
right.
and I shot everything.
And they have special licenses. Those guns can't leave there. They can't leave that premises.
No, okay. But you get a fully automatic in Texas, no?
Only certain places. I know that there's a range in Texas where you can go, but in Pennsylvania where you can go. Rory invited us out there to go shoot. Remember, I've seen him shooting fully auto, but they belong to the range. They can't leave the range. You know what I mean?
I'm saying in Texas, can
sure.
someone have a fully automatic?
I'm sure that's a red
legally?
state. I don't want to answer that, and I know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure, just like Pennsylvania, I don't think a civilian anywhere in any state, unless you hold, I forget what it's called, it's like a class something license. You have to meet crazy standards well beyond what you and I do to own one, and there's very, very few people that have that.
Right.
Like very few. You know what I mean? So, and those would be the range owners and people that allow you to come and shoot them at. So it's very, very few people that are that highly licensed that can own those. So that's it's semi-autos, which they're restricting more and more all the time, as you know. We went from 15 rounds down to 10s in magazines not that long ago, a few years ago.
Dude, I mean, when I first bought my handgun, it was
15 rounds.
Was okay.
Yeah. And what was it, maybe 3 years ago, they went to 10 rounds?
Yeah.
Everybody had to get rid of your clips or clips. People are going to be correcting me like crazy. Magazines, unless you complied, you could technically be non-compliant and you could get fined, technically.
Right.
But most people didn't. Most people kept what they had because I would think there would be a grandfathered in law and some leniency towards that, but it's not really the way it's supposed to be. If you went to a range with a 15 round, or you could get in trouble if you were pulled over or stopped or
silly.
Yeah,
it's really kind of silly. What's the
It is. There's a lot to be said for constitutional carry states. Maine's a constitutional carry state. I think Texas is.
What does that mean? Like open carry?
That means you abide by what it says in the Constitution. You can open carry. You can't conceal carry. You need a concealed carry license to conceal carry.
I heard Tim Kennedy. I think it was him. He was like,
yeah, he's a Texas guy, right?
Yeah, he was like open carry. He's like nobody.
Joe Rogan's now a Texas guy,
I know,
right?
But he's like nobody open carries. Like you're a fucking dummy open carry. He concealed carries because he can.
I'm sure he's licensed to. Yeah. I have a concealed carry, as you know. We've talked about it, but I can't conceal carry in Jersey. I'm New Hampshire, Florida, and Virginia, which I think last time I looked.
Why?
Because it just added more states. Florida was like so many states. I added like 5 more by getting Virginia and maybe 5 more by New Hampshire. I think I got like 40 states I can carry.
Okay.
But New Jersey and New York aren't them. I have an app on my phone where I can look up and see. But for me to drive from this state out of this state to a state where I'm legally can conceal carry, I'm technically driving that firearm illegally. I'm not going to a range.
Okay, wait a minute. If you take your gun and you go to Pennsylvania,
right,
you're in trouble for crossing state lines?
Technically, if they want to be a dick, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think many cops would be if they see. Listen, if I had my gun up on the dash, if I'm being a total douchebag, I'm sure they would say, "Look, you're a fucking idiot." But if I have my magazine stored in one part of the car,
like
my ammo in another, my handgun locked up somewhere, it's pretty rare you're going to find a cop. That did happen though. I know it happened out in Hamilton with a guy that was out of state. Concealed carry, and the cop and it was a big lawsuit. I think it was in Hamilton Township. He got pulled over, I believe, on I-95. I would have to look this up. Our guy Andrew might be able to look it up, but it was a big lawsuit because he legally was allowed to own it. He was just traveling with it illegally, and I believe he voluntarily said, "Well, I have a firearm in the car," and the cop was a dick.
Yeah, I'm not telling the guy.
Yeah.
No, you have any? Well, no. I guess if they ask you, yes, I have something. But if they don't ask you,
well, if it's listen, if you have a pistol under your seat and you're in a state where you can legally drive, and there's a lot of states you can do that.
Well, you could do that. You can have it under your seat.
Oh yeah, in some states, not in New Jersey. You have an obligation to tell the cop, or in your center console, you have an obligation to say to the officer, "Look, you're supposed to legally." But if you're like in our state and my gun is in a locked safe, a locked handgun safe, My ammo's in another part of the vehicle, and my magazines are in another part.
All three have to be separate?
I believe so, yeah.
I
could be wrong. Could be magazines and ammo, but
yeah, I think
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
I'm not positive, but I think it's that.
I
hope so.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Rocking.
I think what it is you could store your magazines and your ammo maybe in the same bag. You can't have your magazines
with your gun.
No, you can't have them. You can't have them.
Oh.
The magazines, full.
That's good to know.
So I think again, could be wrong. People are going to correct me left and right, but that's generally speaking. I'm close.
Now, do you think there was foul play with the election?
I think I'm going to go on record as saying this, and again, not an expert on anything. We're two guys down here in the basement bullshitting. Do I think? No. I know there was, but I believe in every election there's some.
There's some, right?
There's some. You cannot erase it all. You'll never have an infallible election ever. Do I think this year it was far increased, and to the extent where I would call it mass voter fraud, which is what Trump would need? Do I think so? Yes, I do.
I don't know, man. It's just so tough. It's so tough to see. You're seeing the one side of the media, he's president-elect already,
Yeah, the same side of the media, by the way, that tortured Trump for 4 years with Russian collusion, now doesn't want any investigation at all.
No, I know.
How absurd is that?
Yeah, that's you got these people screaming and crying for 4 fucking years saying, that's not my president.
Right.
And now they're like, now the shoe's on the other foot. Like, oh, no, what are you talking about? You have to
stop crying.
Accept the election. Accept the election.
Yeah.
Like, you guys never accepted the election.
And
you created a fucking fake story.
By the way, in the week that has gone on for, in the week that there's been 70 million plus pissed off Trump supporters, what has been burned?
Yeah, I know.
Not nothing. Not one thing
Well,
burned.
I'll tell you this. This is how I feel. Do I think there's a foul play? I mean, it definitely seems like there is a little bit. Is it enough to sway the election? That I don't know. But
why do you say that? Because there's no big gaps in any state. They're all very close.
I know, but still, from what I heard, this other guy, like, there's still pretty big gaps. It can't be it can't be just a couple dead people fucking voting.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
That's why I said mass voter fraud.
If there's mass,
it's not going to happen. Like what we see on the news, which is voter fraud, no question. You see these guys, with the security cameras pulling out a pen and like, or a guy. I've seen videos of a guy ripping up Trump ballots. I've seen videos of people pulling Trump ballots out of dumpsters. That's not what's going to change the election. That's not going to do anything.
Right.
That's probably what goes on
it's
during
like
most
those machines.
It's the machines.
If those machines were,
and there's been glitches,
right? But the glitches were supposedly changing votes from Biden or from Trump to Biden at a 60% rate or something. I don't know if that was
don't know, but I saw a few.
And is that a true story?
It was one county, I think it was in Michigan, that was 6,000 votes. Why is it only swaying one way? Very suspect.
Yeah.
Very suspect.
So anyway,
if I start seeing stuff turn up saying, "Oh, Biden votes return to Trump," I'll be like, "All right, it was a glitch. At least it's even." You know what I mean? Maybe it'll work its way out. Let's throw those out and we'll call it even Steven. If it's all one way, come on, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on,
for sure. But okay, so say if there is fraud and we don't do anything about it, we the people, the government, the people that are supposed to do stuff about it, if they don't do anything about it, we'll never get a fair election ever again.
Ever. But it's not the government. I have a little faith in the government. I have no faith in the media. It's the media. I have no faith whatsoever in the media whatsoever. And if this turns out to be the case, where even Fox News calls for Biden, and
he
the electoral, and the
didn't he? Yeah.
Everybody has, all the networks.
Right.
And it turns out that the Electoral College puts this to the Supreme Court, and it is proven that who would ever trust the mainstream media again?
I mean, I think it's kind of it's already gotten there.
As it is now, everybody's going to what is the new one out, Andrew? The new media outlet. It's not even really that new. I think it came.
Parler.
No, not Parler. The media outlet that everybody's switching to.
OAN.
What does it stand for?
One American News or something like that.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Newsmax.
Everybody's switching over to Newsmax.
I know, but I mean, then it's like. We need something that's like that's just the other side, right?
Right.
Kind of. You need something that's legitimate.
No. I don't think that is the other side. Am I wrong? It's really. I don't think it's a conservative site. I think it's a fact-based, news outlet. You don't think so? I don't know. They say everybody's
the OAN is definitely
the same thing with
that. OAN is literally the other side.
With the
and I don't know. Maybe they're more honest than the others. I don't know.
Right.
But they're literally the other side. I don't know about this Newsmax though.
I haven't heard of OAN.
Yeah.
I just saw that a lot of people were switching to Newsmax.
I see a lot of people even leaving Twitter to Parler.
Yep, Parler. Well, everybody's going to DuckDuckGoose now instead of Google. DuckDuckGo. Sorry, it's a DuckDuckGoose.
There's another one. There's a Rumble is like to replace YouTube.
Yeah.
I see.
And I haven't transitioned over yet, and I should.
You look like you're in between.
Yeah. Right but yeah, man. I mean, who knows? What does your gut tell you? What do you think? Okay. What do you think? January 20th.
This guy keeps talking. Doesn't let me finish my thought.
Okay, go ahead.
So look, whether we, if like I said, if it was, and we don't do anything about it, this is the last free place in the world. You know what I mean? It really is, and people don't realize that. And it's just going to be like how Putin has a 98% vote rate. Like, okay, you know what I mean? That's what's going to happen from now on. It's whoever the fuck they want will get voted in. Mm-hmm. And if we, like I said, if we don't do nothing about it, it's never going to change. And then on the flip side, say we do something about it, and it does get flipped. This does get flipped. Trump becomes president.
Shit's going to burn.
It's going to be fucking chaos, dude.
Right.
Chaos.
This is why I'm a proud Second Amendment.
Right, but I think we're okay here.
Here, I think we're okay here. But other people, other places.
No, yeah, you go near any city. You go near any city, you're risking, I
wouldn't say it wouldn't come here. I wouldn't say that. It could end up here. We're busy enough. What's the population of Tom's River? 150,000, something like that.
About 100,000.
Is it 100,000?
Yeah.
Okay, something.
I mean, it could. You never know. I mean, especially Ocean County fucking voted for mostly for red. For Trump.
Yeah, I heard Monmouth didn't this year. I heard Monmouth was blue.
It wound up flipping to Trump.
It did flip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
1%.
Wow.
So close.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got so much money they don't need to worry about it up there. You know what I mean? The fuck.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. Again, did I cut you off?
No, we're good now. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think happens on January 20th?
Hopefully this gets.
What's your gut?
Hopefully this gets resolved before then. I'm seeing like December 15th. I think it has to be something about something. Well, that's what I hear though, Georgia, the congressional race in Georgia or the Senate race, that's going to be a big fucking decider right now.
Sure.
Because right now we're up one seat on in Senate. But really it's 49-48. I hate saying we. I'm not a fucking either. All right. Mm-hmm. The Republicans are up one seat. So it's 49-48, but Kamala is the 49th seat in the Democrat Party on that because I guess she was vice president. She sits there. The House, I think they're up by one. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. I think if this happens, it doesn't matter who the fucking president is, as long as they don't. Like, if one side has all three parts of the government, then they can push through whatever they want. Mm-hmm. So if the Democrats, that's why the Democrats are talking about packing the court. Not only packing the just Supreme Court, they're talking about packing the Senate. They're talking about packing the House. But adding seats, adding Puerto Rico, add Washington, D.C., those are both the Democratic seats. If that happens and they take over like that, then you could say goodbye to fucking everything.
And you think that's playing fair?
No, well, that's politics. As long as they're doing it fair.
Politics. No, it's not our politics.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Bro,
you think
listen to me. Hang on. If it's done fairly and everybody just voted that way, and they got that many more votes in the election and put more people in more Democrats in the seat.
You're talking about adding Puerto Rico. I've been talking about more.
Do I think that's fair? Adding? No,
I'm talking about packing the Supreme
Court.
No,
yeah, I agree. No,
right.
Yes, no, that's not fair.
We don't get our way, so we're going to add more people until we do.
Yeah, I agree. That's not fair. I mean, like we said, we looked that up last week.
Since the Civil War,
since the Civil War, dude.
Right.
Come on. Yeah. Like why change now? Yeah, no, I don't think that's fair now.
I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not scared. Like, oh my God. Like the
I'm
other side.
Scared.
I'm not scared like that. I'm scared that this will set forth a trend that we will possibly never have a conservative. I don't even want to say conservative. Maybe that's not the right word. A constitutional president ever again.
You should say that though.
I should.
Because you know what? The Republican Party is not even conservative anymore. It's not.
Right.
It's so fucking liberal, dude.
Right.
Our whole world is going liberal. I don't know if that's a good thing, man.
Trump's like a one-man show. He really is.
Yeah, but even him, he was a Democrat for the longest time.
Yeah.
He's not a traditional
So was Candace Owens.
A lot of people defected over. So was who that girl we had on? Ariel.
She made some comment. I forget what she said.
What about running? About running in 2024?
No, she said once. How did she say it?
Talking about Candace Owens.
Candace Owens said something like, "Once you go conservative, you never go back," or something like that. I forget how she put it, but yeah, something to that effect. But she was a Democrat up until relatively recently.
Yeah.
Like, I forget, like 2018, I think she was a Democrat.
That
it was pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Andrew, you want to look that up? I think it was something like that.
But yeah. It's like I don't know. I don't know if it's really gonna matter that much, because I do feel like this. As long as we, like I said, as long as there's a balance, like that's why our system works, right? The balance of powers, the legislative branch, judicial branch, executive branch. As long as there's kind of a good balance of power, there's not one side running everything. They can push whatever they want down our throats. We have a checks and balance system. I think we'll be okay.
Okay, fair.
I'm hoping.
I'm
hoping.
Fair enough. But if we set this precedence and it's not,
no,
it's
you're right.
not fought, it's not challenged.
No, listen, yes.
If we set this precedence that cheating is the way.
No,
to
yeah,
get,
no, that has to be addressed.
Come on.
First one.
Yeah.
Either way it goes.
Right.
Either way. Say these people cheated the other way. It's not right.
And I'm not saying.
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna look at the camera right in the eye and say, if cheating wasn't a factor, if there's no mass voter fraud, and I'm not saying there's not a little bit of fraud, it's clear there is. I'm talking about mass voter fraud. And states aren't flipped legally and correctly, meaning ballots that came in after 8 are thrown out, fraudulent. What?
I mean, what do you mean ballots after 8? Like, I feel like
that's the law. You have to go by the law, but
as long as they're a real person, it's a real ballot. Fucking
yeah, but now you're now.
I know,
we just
right.
talked about.
You're right.
Abiding by the rules. You can't.
Every legal vote should count.
And if Biden won, Biden's my president. I have no issue with it. I'm not going to go cry. I'm not going to go burn a city down. I'm not going to fucking do anything.
I'm going to rub my legs.
Biden,
I'm going to rub my legs. When the water goes down.
The golden hairs on my legs. And I like to have kids sit on my lap. I'm not going to do anything. I'm gonna live with him as my president and not bitch about it. You know what I mean? But it better be fair.
Yeah.
Candace Owens between 2017 and 2018.
Okay. Yeah.
So
see.
Relatively recently.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Lots. Yep.
You know, I remember I talked about that rushing, right? Did I ever send you that? I told you. You probably never checked it because that's what you do. You just disregard anything I ever say.
What is it?
The Russian guy, he's a KGB defector.
Yes.
He came to the U.S. This was in the 60s or 70s.
Talk about mind control or something?
No, talking about how the Soviet Union, like, they were always, like, they're worried about, like, they're spying on us, espionage. He's like, yeah, that's very romantic. He's like, no. He's like, what they're doing is they're infiltrating our colleges, our universities, making us liberal, making us socialist.
Well, that's kind of what they're saying about China, right?
He's like, if we don't do something now, he's like, we're in trouble. That was in the fucking 70s.
But now that it's
and
changed.
we're living what they're saying.
Now that's changed. They had the Cold War, the Russia fell, like that has changed now. Now they're saying it's China controlling all social media.
Russia's still in on it, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
They're saying it's.
I think Russia and China.
But they're saying China has bought out all big tech, and big tech. Tech has huge influence, and they get away with it by saying they're private entities. We're a private business.
Yeah,
we can put out what we want. We can target who we want. We can ban who you want. Well, it's a tough
they
argument.
They literally are banning tweets from the president right now.
Anybody that's conservative, they pretty much shut down, and that to me is not fair. But their argument is,
dude. Honestly, listen. This whole, like I said, what that the KGB guy was saying, how it's infecting our they're starting our universities. It's happening right now. If you have a conservative fucking thought in a university, you get bad grades. Yeah. They don't. They fail you. Right. So you're not going to move up in the world. So like
why do you think that is? Why is that? Why?
It's just some people want to live. They believe in that ideology, right? I mean, I don't know.
I think there's sort of a select group of people that get picked, for the most part, to be university teachers. They're kind of, generally speaking, the hippies of the 60s.
Not always. I don't know. It depends. I tell you, Mark's son Pino went to USC. That's California. Yeah. But he went to the what's the USC business school? I forget what it's called. Anyway, it's like fucking high end school. And he said all his economic professors were Republicans.
Really?
It's like economics doesn't work the other way around.
Yeah. As
socialism, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. You know what I mean? They have to be capitalistic. You know?
The Marshall School of Business.
The Marshall School of Business. Yeah.
Wow.
His son's super smart, dude.
Yeah. I saw some figures and numbers on. Someone broke it down. Again, this is on social media, so But someone broke it down on, if Biden implements the new minimum wage being $15, you're literally...
That's happening in New Jersey already.
Yeah.
By certain...
But New Jersey can probably afford it. That's the difference. He's going to implement it nationwide, possibly. And there's many...
Fucking Iowa,
Cherryfield, Maine, where I grew up, can't afford it.
No.
You know what I mean? But they broke the numbers down.
I heard this guy...
on a 52-week basis, you would lose 2 employees. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If you had 5 employees... And if you had a $100,000 budget, that's what they based it on, $100,000 budget.
Right.
You had 5 employees. You were paying them minimum wage, let's say $8.50, $9 an hour. You lose 2 employees. And of course, 2 people lose their job.
All that stuff seems great and grand and such a nice thing to do. Oh, $15 minimum wage, free health care for everybody. Welfare checks for people that can't work. Like, yeah, somebody's paying for that.
That's why Bernie Sanders never got elected president, is because enough people understood.
He didn't get elected president because the Democrats screwed him over. He was about to get the nomination.
Talk on it.
I mean, from what I hear, again.
Speak on it. What are you talking about?
They Elizabeth Warren didn't withdraw until Bernie Sanders. If Elizabeth Warren withdrew because what she was supposed to, I think Bernie Sanders would have got all those votes.
You were saying because they were putting all their eggs in one basket with Biden?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, maybe there was a strategic way to that, but listen, there's nobody that could argue.
But same thing. They did it in 2016 to Bernie too, with Hillary. He would probably won it again. They fucking ousted him, and that's just crazy to me.
They're doing that with Pelosi now, aren't they?
What?
They want Pelosi out of the House, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't hear. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think that would be great. That would be great.
The speakership.
Yeah.
That'd be great, right?
What the Democrats want her out? What is the reason?
I wonder why.
Because they want more radical people,
right?
Like AOC.
AOC, yeah.
Wow, it's
the squad,
more
radical than
Pelosi.
Jeez. Yeah, the squad wants her out.
Well, she's
they are
she's
as far progressive as you can possibly get.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Who the fuck am I?
She got voted in again. People are voting for her.
She's kind of cute, right? A little bit. I mean, so that's
Could
what
you get it? Could you get it done to that?
Could I get it done?
Yeah. To AOC.
Hit her with this conservative dick. No. Oh, shit.
That might you might have just come up with a great idea for a new porn.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of music to that, and then you walk in dressed in like a blue suit with a red tie.
Yeah.
AOC's over there in like a fucking mini skirt and shit. You're like, you want this conservative dick?
Yeah.
Bro, it's a great idea.
Not bad.
It's a great idea. I don't know, man. Again, 2 guys sitting in the basement hamming it up, but we are representative of everybody else. We are. We're blue. I'm a blue collar guy. I think Frankie's probably white collar, but he gets punched in the face for a living.
Get out of here, bro. I'm as blue collar as it gets.
He got a nice house. We got a nice basement down here.
Hey, I lost brain cells for this basement.
You did. Okay? That's why I would never hate on you, bro. You did it the hard way. You did it the hard way. Oh shit, man. If you off subject just for a minute, because people we like to get off. If you could change your fight career at all, would you in any way? Would you change your skill set up? Would you change
my skill set?
How many punches you've taken in the face?
I would try to win. I would change every loss to a win.
Right. So you have to change the skill set to do that. What would it be?
Nah.
You do. With your skill set you have, every fight, there's no lack of heart there, so every fight went where it went because the heart was there and maybe something different about
I don't know.
What would you change? Your stand-up game got really good. Your beginning of your career, your wrestling was amazing. Wrestling was strong through the whole thing, but you were primarily a wrestler in the beginning. Tyson Griffin and,
I'd fucking be 3 inches taller.
Yeah. Max? Like Max?
Nah, yeah. I'd be like 5'10".
Yeah.
And probably
you've said that before. That makes sense. You said Max was a tough fight for you because he's so tall and so rangy.
Every fight is tough because I'm always trying to get inside.
Oh, you fought little guys before, haven't you?
Not really. I mean,
nobody.
Mendez, Uriah, and this other guy. That's it. Yeah. Everyone else is pretty much taller than me.
No, Uriah's teammate there. What's his name?
Yeah, Mendez.
Oh, Mendez. Yeah,
That's
fuck.
right, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, you're right.
Mm.
Who's the guy you just fought?
Munoz.
Munoz. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, got those two mixed up. Yeah, I don't know. Just off subject.
Yeah. I mean, you can't change anything now. So
I know. Oh, I'm talking about a magical world. If you could, your
your
magical mushroom world.
Would I have I was thinking about this, like Dan Henderson, right?
Yeah.
He's got that fucking one hitter quitter, right?
He's always been my favorite fighter. Always,
definitely. But I wonder, like, if you have that, would you train as hard? You know what I mean? Like, I can train hard, but I can fucking land this punch, bro. It's fucking lights out. I'm good to go.
That's true.
Yeah,
Right?
you wonder. He used to get tired too. He used to get tired. You know, you wonder if he's like
ever been in the same gym with him?
I mean, I hung out with him. I think we fought in the same card at one time or another.
Okay.
Yeah, nice guy.
He can take his whole top mouthpiece out, right?
Yeah.
He's got like
his teeth. He has
the whole
fake teeth.
It's like a partial or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Does he take? He must take that out when he fights.
When he fights, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I love that dude. I just like everything about him all the way back to his Pride days. Like there was not an ounce of you never saw an ounce of fear in that dude at all,
no,
or any like
he fought big guys.
Dude,
back in the
he
day.
did, bro. He's a beast, man.
He knocked out Vandal. Yeah, he was one of my favorites, man.
Yeah, for sure. Always said when people ask me who my favorite fighter is, I say Frankie. But if I had to pick somebody other than Frankie, it's always Dan Henderson. So love that guy, and he's still fighting, right? He's not officially retired, is he?
No, he's done.
Is he done?
Mm-hmm.
When did he retire?
I don't know. I think it was the UFC.
I shouldn't say still fighting, but still hasn't retired. But
he's retired.
He did retire.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty sure he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean one of the few guys to beat Emelianenko too. You know.
Yeah, he beat Phil. A bunch of people did. A bunch of people did it.
Well, the first guy that ever did it was the Brazilian, right?
Verdum.
And then I think Henderson was second, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't know. I don't
think
think
so.
Second.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had quite a few losses towards the end there.
Mhm.
Fedor. I think he's fighting again soon now or something like that.
I still tune in to watch that guy fight.
Yeah, he crack.
Yeah, arguably the best heavyweight of all time. Although he never signed with the UFC. Who do you think best heavyweight of all time? Kane definitely would have made a run for it if he didn't have injuries.
Yeah, Kane had injuries. Verdum's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, he beat a lot of great guys.
Yeah.
And Stipe.
Stipe, yeah. I don't know why I didn't say Stipe. Yeah, of course, Stipe, who is... Oh, and I was going to say Cormier, but Cormier kind of bounced. He was always light heavyweight, but he went to heavyweight for a short time, yeah. Actually, just 1 or 2 fights, right? I think
he
early in his career he was heavyweight.
Early in his career he was heavyweight, correct. And then he came to the UFC and went down to
205, yeah.
205. But then he beat Stipe for the title.
Yeah.
And then lost Stipe.
And Stipe came back, yeah. I see John Jones doing a lot of heavy lifting, heavy training. He's trying to get his weight up.
He's trying to get up to heavyweight.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he only got to go 1 pound to get to heavyweight, but he probably wants to get substantially bigger, I would think. I would think he'd want to be in the 230s at least to be, 230s, maybe even 240 if he can get there.
I bet he's probably been 230 even when he fought at 205.
You think so?
Yeah.
Really?
But not like a real 230. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now he's probably get up to like 250.
You think so? You think his frame can handle 250 in there and
Well,
still be
how
athletic?
Tall is he? How tall is he?
He's tall, but he's a beanpole, man.
Yeah, but he's
got no legs on him. He's like me.
Yeah. Dude, he makes.
But it doesn't matter.
He makes you look like you lift legs.
I do. I got a gimp leg. Shut up.
He's got skinny fucking.
He does,
legs,
bro.
It's
But
crazy.
listen, don't get it twisted. And he wears nut huggers in there sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
Wears them little kickboxing shorts sometimes. But he don't give a fuck, bro. And I've seen him squat, bro. He squats like 560, 600. Like he's got a.
How much do you squat, Rod?
I haven't squatted heavy in forever, bro. I never went over 405, even in my heavy days. Never went over 405. I'm not. I'm not a power lifter, bro, in any way, shape, or form.
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's the most you ever squatted?
Honestly,
Yeah.
like 330 probably.
That's good, though. You're a little
I was
guy.
back in high school,
That's
college.
Good. That's good.
I don't have maxed out on man long.
Yeah, I've had 405 on there a bunch and done reps with it, but I'm gonna get made fun of here. I got tight hips. I can't get low. I got all those back issues that I got. I cannot get a deep squat. I can do a box squat. That's the best I can do. I can put the bench under me, sit on the bench, and go back up. That's it.
I like doing that.
I cannot. People make fun of me when I do squats because I don't get low. That's just the truth. But I don't skip it. I do it. You know what I mean?
That's all right, man. I'm not gonna hold it.
You don't hating on me? I go obviously lower when I have less weight on there, but
when people are watching.
Yeah.
I go
Fuck yeah.
lower.
Anytime a camera's around, I get it low.
I don't know, man. I think this is definitely. You think we're gonna remember? Like, do you think it's like okay? Like we just said, like you said, back in the day, they were much more respectful, which they were. And like now we're seeing
as memory serves,
right?
anyway.
Is it gonna just get fucking worse?
I know.
And
What's
worse?
next? They're gonna
You ever
throw
see
shit
that?
at
What's
each
that
other?
movie?
I mean, Biden was saying I like take him out behind the shed. They're threatening each other with violence.
What's that movie? Fuck. Owen Wilson's in it. It's like where like he's a prisoner or something. He gets cryo froze, or he's an experiment, gets cryo froze, and wakes up in like 2,500. Everyone's fucking dumb as fuck. He's the smartest guy in the world.
Oh, really? I don't know this movie.
Idiocracy.
Oh, okay.
Idiocracy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, dude, I feel like that's where we're headed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's nasty campaigning, man. You turn on any radio station at any point in time, there's any race going on, and it's like, or the TV. You know, what's the Andy Richter? I think it is Andy Richter poisoned the Jersey Shore.
What?
Fucking isn't it? Andy, do I have that name right?
What,
I think it's
David Richter.
David Richter ruined his father's business. Fucking
What
crashed.
are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's the local
Congressman.
Who ruined whose father's business?
It's a commercial on TV.
Oh, like
this
an
guy,
ad campaign.
David
A
Richter. I
campaign
thought it was
ad.
Andy Richter, but David Richter, I guess. I mean, you watch the campaign on him, you're like, this fucking guy should be in prison. What a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just shit talking him
Right.
to
Slander,
promote
slander.
them. It's just
Yeah.
ruined his daddy's business, drove his daddy's business, spend millions, poisoned the Jersey Shore by pumping poison and oil. And I'm watching it, I'm like, this guy should be in prison. But then I'm like, this is fucking the media. I don't believe any of it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's just nasty, negative campaign. It's not. What is the saying my dad used to say? My dad used to say it all the time when I was a kid. Don't make other people look bad. Just make yourself look better. Nobody does that anymore.
Don't make other
People look bad. Just make yourself look better.
Yeah.
People don't do that anymore.
If you don't have something good to say, don't say it at all.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
But people don't do that anymore. It's like, if I shit talk you enough,
You get attention.
listen, I'm going to toot your horn a little bit here.
Thanks, buddy.
Kiss your ass a little bit. You don't really do that. A lot of fighters talk shit about the other fighters, and I believe it's more of a promotional method. It's more to sell fights. I get it, but I do think some fighters believe what they say. They seem pretty emotionally invested anyway, or they're great actors. Really shit talk. I've never seen you do that. You just rely on your skill set and say, "Hey, listen, man, let's get in the ring and see what happens." So I'll toot your horn there, but that doesn't happen in politics. You know what I mean? You don't see that happening much in politics. It's trashing. It's completely trashing your opponent, and that is your campaign. I mean, that's pretty sad.
I mean, it definitely has happened before, though, right? I mean, like they have had.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this is the first one.
No, but it's getting more prevalent, right? And worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, man. It's a trickle-down effect in so many levels, right? Like, they're doing it at the highest level, and the president of the United States is doing it at the highest level, and then it has a trickle-down effect. People do it in, local elections, congressmen we were just talking about. People do it in UFC, and then it trickles over into social media, and then it trickles down to kids. Kids start doing it to other kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, as they see it happening. They're like, "Oh, this is normal behavior."
Bullying.
Let me tell little Johnny next door. It's nothing new. I know it's nothing new.
No.
But it's easily accessible now.
Well, bullying's been happening forever, right?
Right.
But now, okay, you went to school. Say you went to school, you get bullied. You get bullied after 2:00. You don't get bullied no more.
Yeah.
Now you come home, you're fucking bullied 24/7 on fucking social media.
Right.
Social media is crushing kids,
killing kids. Literally, kids that commit suicide.
It was on the social dilemma thing, but I actually heard about these stats before that.
Yep.
But like girls, whatever, preteen, teen girls are their suicide and depression rates are up like by 200% because of social media.
Right.
Say boys are different; they're not as bad. They usually say shit to his face. Right. They have a fight, get over it. Well, girls, it's fucking bad.
Right. Yeah.
That's scary having a daughter, have to fucking raise them in that shit.
Suicide
when we didn't
is
grow
more
up in that.
prevalent
We
now
didn't
than
grow
ever.
up in that at all.
Especially, like, there's a new wave of shutdowns coming, and there you go, bud. You drink beer much? New wave supposedly of shutdowns come. Well,
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about
already
this,
saying bars have to shut down. Fooderies have to shut down.
I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because this is fucking retarded.
It is.
That's maybe not stupid.
Yeah. I learned. Listen, you want me to tell you how I learned about that word? And I know you don't say it often.
Listen, you know what? I'm my aunt, my mom's sister, has Down syndrome.
There's a
my
personal
cousin
story.
has Down syndrome.
Right.
I'm fucking closest. I'm so close with them. I don't mean it in that way.
I know.
And that's what I want to say.
I know.
Fuck everybody.
I know.
This is how I talk. This is who the fuck I am.
Right. Yeah, you're doing Joey Diaz right now, but I agree.
No, but that's it. It is. I don't mean it that way.
I agree with you. I was going to say, I just catch myself on that word because I used to say it all the time because I have a personal story where I knew that hurt somebody's feelings that I really love and adore.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Catch myself,
I'm gonna tell you what.
I mean?
The people that I know, that my aunt and my cousin, like they're happiest people in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it doesn't bother them.
Right.
And I wouldn't say it to their face to begin with.
Obviously, yeah.
And I would.
I'm not picking on you, bro.
No. I'm just wanting to clarify.
I love you.
I'm saying when I say it, I don't mean it as in like a fucking Down syndrome person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You just mean idiot.
Yeah. Well, like just like the word faggot, right? I know that's taboo. What Joey Diaz says.
Yeah.
I'm
old school. I can't man,
I'm
too
old
late.
guy.
Change it now. I can't change it now.
He's like, when I think of faggot, I think, when an ambulance goes by, I see a guy holding his ears. That's a fucking faggot.
By the way, we're gonna get Joey Diaz on here, right, buddy?
Yes.
All right.
He said he's coming on. So.
Yeah, man. No, I didn't mean. I do cut you off a lot. I'm sorry. I just sometimes you say stuff where I'm like,
yeah, no.
You know,
So anyway,
good.
10 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's closing down, right? Oh, yeah. You have to close the bar.
Correct.
Okay. Does that make any sense to you?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. So it doesn't make
What
sense.
of any of these rules and regulations?
I know they never did, but
an ounce of sense.
But this especially. Okay. Now, but outside you can have a fully enclosed bubble, which is a fucking tent, right? Fully enclosed, which is you're just
four walls
and a roof,
no boards in it.
4 walls and a roof,
Right.
But now you can eat out there past 10.
Right.
But now you have to go outside to eat inside.
Right.
Does that make any fucking sense?
Not a bit.
No, right.
Not a fucking
So this is what
bit.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking this. Election's over, right? They know this fucking virus is bullshit to begin with. I mean, it's not bullshit. I don't want to say that, but you know what I mean. Yeah. It's been hyped up for the election purposes, right? Mm-hmm. Now, right now, this past weekend, we had 5,000 confirmed cases. Mm-hmm. Only like 5 or 10 deaths, you know. Right. But so now we're at the height. Yeah. We're at the height of our confirmed cases almost since the beginning. Mm-hmm. So Murphy's probably like, I gotta do something. Right. Let me make a rule that makes no fucking sense. Right, you know, and all it's doing is costing these fucking businesses money to go buy this bubble. Right. You know? Right. It's ridiculous.
It's gonna kill businesses. It's gonna kill certain
It's gonna kill more businesses.
I don't get the strategy. I don't get it. People are leaving New York City. It's a mass exodus out of there. People are leaving California. Mass exodus out of there because of the rules the governors have implemented there. The problem I see with that, Joe Rogan's one of them, you know. I don't know that he left because of that, but he moved to Texas. So many people are leaving. A lot of people are going to Texas. Will you take a blue state that moves to a red state?
I know, and they turn into a blue state.
You should automatically have to not be a fucking, vote blue anymore because you fucked your state up.
Especially if you left for those reasons. Right. Not just for the fucking heat. You know what I mean? Like, if you left for those reasons, you better vote for the opposite way.
Exactly. Pisses me off. And again, you and I think both can say this. We never really voted party lines. I was a registered independent my whole life. I didn't change till this year. I didn't change.
I don't even know what the fuck I'm registered as.
That's bad. You don't know?
No.
Really? Well, at some point in time, you registered yourself. You had to.
I'm sure someone registered. I'm sure my mom did it for me.
You think you're still from way back then? Usually, you get a notification when you renew your license, or
I don't know, man.
You never changed it.
Listen,
you're probably an independent.
I don't check.
What are your parents? What are your parents?
Probably Republican.
Yeah, then you're probably a Republican. Yeah. See, I grew up with a liberal mother and a conservative father, so I was an independent.
Would they vote opposite usually?
I believe so, but they. I don't want to get into anything bad or I don't want to stir up any. But my ex and I, we were polar opposites. We differed greatly politically, and it caused some issues. My dad and my mom, I never saw her have any issues politically. I think my dad is of the old school mindset, like, hey, she's entitled to her beliefs. Right. They're not mine. As long as you go vote, we live in a democracy, which is kind of how I feel. I believe if you live in a democracy,
I don't know. Yes, I do. Yes and no.
Who wins. If Biden legitimately won,
but I feel like
I have no issue with that guy being my president.
I just feel like it'd be tough to have that be that far apart on ideologies and live under the same roof.
Yeah. I don't think that it was as politically charged back then as it is now.
True.
My ex never voted until 2016 and had no political affiliation whatsoever. Couldn't probably even told you. I mean, I'm being an asshole by saying that. I shouldn't say that. I was going to say probably couldn't even told you who was president, but had no political until she made some money and it started to matter, and then that changed. Right, you know what I mean? So,
of course. Money has a way of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Renee too. Like, this is the first year she's gotten into any kind of politics. Yeah. And she doesn't even know who fucking Mike Pence is. You know what I'm saying?
and I hope I'm not stepping out of line by saying this. Tell me if I am. But Renee doesn't really look at it in political lines. Renee's like, she's biblical about this shit.
She has been lately.
She's like, this is good and evil.
Renee, I know, which is maybe a little overboard. Yeah. I'll be honest. Like I said, I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
As crazy as it seems, right. I think each side wants you to think if the other side wins, the end is coming.
Yeah.
Right? They throw all this stuff. Oh, they're gonna take your guns away. They're gonna take.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill babies. They're gonna do this, or they're gonna take your right
because
rights
of
away.
what you said,
Yeah.
the equal balance in government and
Right.
legislature. Yeah.
I think we'll be okay, but yeah, no. Renee has been real. She's been diving in religion big time, reading the Quran,
I see
the
that.
fucking
Yeah,
Torah,
yeah.
the Bible. You know,
I see that. Quoting a lot of biblical,
Yes.
verses, and I see a lot of people though on the left have been, and people that I follow. I haven't unfollowed them. I don't agree with maybe their viewpoints, but I'm not that guy. That's
you know
what
I read. You know
that's
I
what
read.
they
You know
do.
what I read?
But yeah.
That The Rock cried some tears after buying.
Oh
one.
my God. Oh my God. He lost me after he said the coronavirus is the most difficult thing he's ever gone through in his life.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I wouldn't even go to the hospital for
When
it.
he was eating pancakes.
Yeah.
And drinking tequila.
I would not even go to the hospital if I thought I had it. But anyway, and I'm not knocking on The Rock. I used to really, I guess I still like The Rock, but I just think that he should not be political. But anyway, and he's gonna say neither should you, pal. But we got a podcast. I got to do something. So now I lost my train of thought because you talked over me, you dick. What was I gonna say? What were we talking about? People on the left that I follow.
Yeah.
I see people on the left posting, phew, can finally relax now. I don't have to worry about a nuclear war happening. Trump is the first president who hasn't had a war break out on his watch.
I heard since Kennedy.
Yeah. I think
Kennedy has not started a new war.
Right.
That's fucking crazy,
He's the
bro.
first president since
60
Kennedy
years.
that has not been involved in a
60
war.
years.
And these people are tweeting, don't have to worry about a nuclear war. I'm like, he's the least guy that would do that. Or, we haven't had a Cuban missile crisis. We haven't had anything.
Yeah, but that's these people are seeing like the media from the other side. You know what I mean? Like you almost can't blame some of these people for having these thoughts too.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're looking at.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but then, okay, but facts matter, right? Don't they?
No, yeah, you're right. They're
know?
not looking at facts though. I
Right.
feel like
So
it's just too emotional.
Yeah.
People are too emotional
It's very emotionally charged.
on each side.
Very emotionally charged. And it seems, again, I'm not going to weigh in too heavy on this, but the LBGQT community, am I saying that right?
ABCD.
ABC, no, I'm going to say it wrong, and I don't mean any disrespect. I support them fully. Think that equal rights across the board.
Fully.
Yeah. Why, you're going to say
He
I'm on their
supports
team,
them with
right?
both hands.
Yeah, see, I knew it was
He
coming.
supports them with both hands.
They by far in large do not like Trump, and I don't understand that.
I don't know, but then
He's
our
more
girl, that
supportive.
girl that came here,
Biden opposes same-sex marriage.
Yeah, I
I'm-
met Trump's. I don't know what he is to Trump, but he's like part of his campaign team. Guy Richard Grenell.
Yeah.
And he's an openly gay guy, and
Yeah,
bro,
he's in Trump's
Trump
cabinet.
is the first sitting president to like okay gay something. You know what I mean?
So
like,
I don't understand the fear. I don't get it. I don't know. I'm not
but
sure.
That girl Ariel, what's her last? Scarella.
Ariel. Yes.
Scarella, something
Yeah, I'm gonna get it wrong.
Like
but-
she's a fucking all in.
Right. But she's a flipper. She wasn't.
She's right. People drink the
She
Kool-Aid.
got-
She
she
drank
got
the Kool-Aid.
tired.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. How's that work? You drink the Kool-Aid, it means you're.
Yeah, she didn't drink the Kool-Aid.
She did drink
She
the
didn't
Kool-Aid.
drink the Kool-Aid.
Okay.
If you drink the Kool-Aid, you just join the masses.
Okay, I got it.
So, yeah, she was an interesting guest. And she does. I follow her. I like all her stuff. I mean, she challenges the system, and I suppose her haters would say, "Does she do it just for attention and just for likes?" But again, you gotta get a genuine. You kind of get a genuine read off people. When she sat on this couch, I didn't get the feeling.
Yeah,
that
she felt like she had some issues that she felt strong about.
Right.
And
she transitioned her personal viewpoints over into more of a political atmosphere. The other guy we talk about that does that sat on this couch, Robert Frank. I mean, that guy wasn't political at all. Never voted in his life ever.
well, he said he'd take the gym away from that guy. He's fucking
Bro, yeah, it's exactly what he said. He said, I got all this free time in my hands. I started watching TV. He's flipped his whole fucking script now. He's almost every post now is a political one. You know what I mean? So
It's like everybody though.
yeah,
No?
yeah.
I
Hey,
mean,
listen,
Bro, I go to
we're doing-
jiu-jitsu school. We all just talking fucking this stuff now.
Yeah.
You know?
We
It's
talk
great.
about it here. I don't really post about it. I really don't.
No, I don't post anything.
Yeah.
I don't listen. Who the fuck am I? What's
Right.
my opinion?
Right.
Whereas on this podcast, I'm talking to you. We're having a conversation.
Right.
People want to listen. They don't have to if
Right.
they want to. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But like I said, I don't know nothing. I'm talking a bunch of. We're talking about a bunch of memes. half
But
the
you
time.
say you don't know nothing, and I don't, and we admit that. But we know as much,
as
if not
most
more,
people, yes,
as most
for
people
sure,
do.
for sure. you know.
Yeah.
But the fact is, no one has to respect what I say.
Correct.
I'm not looking for that.
Correct.
We're just bullshitting, killing time. But like, I don't put my stuff out on. I don't. The reason I do see some people doing that. Other fighters
A lot of people
will put
don't.
their opinions.
Yep.
I'm just not looking for attention. I don't like that, man.
Right,
I'm not.
right.
It's not my
Correct.
style, and I don't need drama. I don't want
Correct.
any fucking drama from anybody.
But I feel like we come on this podcast. We started this podcast for a reason. We're two guys in our basement hamming
it's
it up.
different, bro. This
if
is
we
different,
didn't cover current events, we'd be doing ourselves a disservice down here. So of course we talk about it. This is not a political show.
No.
Every show isn't about politics. We just happen to be an election year, and we started this podcast
is
in an
this
election
politics?
year,
I mean,
so
it's
it
called
comes up
politics.
more than it normally would.
You call it politics. It's just what we're dealing
It's
with.
current events.
In a current event, yeah. That's
Right,
what it
but
is.
I don't
Yeah.
post about it because I'm
No.
not politically affiliated.
No.
I don't feel like I'm intelligent enough or keep up with it enough
I agree.
to do that, and I don't want to influence people because that's not what I'm here to do. If anything, I would just encourage
Yeah,
people
right. I don't want to
to
influence
not
nobody,
vote
dude.
on one issue, be one issue voters, and not vote based
Like,
on a personality.
Like there's some kids that I
Vote
that I train
because
with
you
that
believe
I,
in your candidate and what they're trying to do and what they believe
Yeah.
in, or at least a majority. You don't have to agree with every single thing your candidate has to do, but it should be the majority. Yeah, go ahead, tell that story.
No, there's
Yeah.
a kid that I train with, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit there and tell him
Right.
who to vote for. Hey, you vote for him, or hey, yes, why do you vote for him? He'd say, yeah, this is why. Okay, I can see that. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, you should do this or should. It's your choice, not mine.
Correct.
You know.
Right. But I think you did say, if I remember, we talked about this a little bit, that you guys differed a little bit on your viewpoints, and the example he gave of why he was voting was just a one
off.
No, it wasn't
like
a one off.
like
Yeah,
one
one off.
thing, yeah.
Right, and
Didn't support all the other
and
reasons I
you
was voting.
addressed
Yeah.
4 or 5 other issues, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Well, look, you gave one issue, and that's fine. Here's 5 other issues you didn't even know about, and had no."
But that's why people vote. People.
Right.
That's what we got to realize. Like, people vote for themselves, as you should.
Yeah.
I mean, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of what you.
Well,
you
you
know,
asked me. You put me on the spot on the show and said, "Why?" The first thing that came to mind was Second Amendment.
Yeah.
I could give you a lot more if you want them, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with the whole Second Amendment thing too, especially after seeing all this civil unrest going around. Right.
Yeah. That's what has swayed me. I've said it several times. They pushed me. The left pushed me to the right. By the way they handle themselves and burning cities down, and I don't understand it. I don't get how that is. They claim to be the most tolerant, right? The left is the most tolerant. I've seen almost nothing but I've seen almost nothing but intolerance.
I feel like it used to be
the
that way.
hatred. I don't hate anybody on the left, legitimately, and don't judge you.
I hate saying that. I hate how do you classify? How do you describe them? But left, right, like it's just like I'm saying. I just hate saying that.
How would I say it then?
No, I know. That's what I.
There's really
that's what
no
I
other
mean.
way
It's
to
so
say
hard.
it. That's
It's
why I
hard.
didn't say Democrat,
It's
Republican.
hard.
I said left,
It's
right.
hard to say that. I know.
Yeah.
You're right. It's how other way. What other way can you classify it? But I'm
Right.
just saying, like, I feel like a lot of those 140 plus million people that voted. There's no way that they're both that far apart. That many people that far apart. It just can't be.
You're saying if you,
I'm
depending
saying
on which party you voted for,
your ideologies, your thoughts aren't. We're all Americans, bro. It can't be that far apart.
shouldn't be. I don't know that it
Shouldn't
can't be. I don't know that it can't be.
I mean,
it seems like it's getting more and more apart and more divisive.
I know. I'm trying to bring us together here, bro.
I wish we could, man. I wish we could. I mean, there are issues. You could break down issues. Okay, so let's talk about one that's very personal to me and becoming more and more personal to you. Let's talk about, and I shouldn't say personal, passionate. Second Amendment. I think that by far and large, and this is not across the board, the people that oppose my viewpoints, I was going to say left, but let's say people that oppose my points of view have a rather utopian view on it, in that they think that their viewpoint is greater good. They're not just like, fuck guns, they're scary, I don't like them. They think you outlaw guns, less crime happens, less people get shot, the world's a better place.
Right.
But I think oftentimes it's because, and maybe I'm using the wrong word here, I don't mean to be divisive, but they're ignorant as to guns at all. Most of them have never, ever held a gun in their life and know absolutely nothing about it. They just see guns as bad, and I think if you're more of an intellect on it and you you educate yourself, go to a range, learn how hard it is to get a gun if you're a law-abiding citizen in many states, not every state, in many states, and you may have a different perspective, you know what I mean, on it. And I think that's important to do. I think that you can't just say, I don't know anything about this subject matter, but I'm going to say that it's bad. You have to educate yourself a little bit on it, you know what I mean?
No, agreed. On both sides, both ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it got to go both ways.
Well, the when you say both ways, the other way, if you're on the Second Amendment side, would be know nothing about it. I think that yes, you could take a different perspective on it and say, okay, let me look at it from let me do research on countries that guns are outlawed in,
right.
And maybe that's a way you could do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah.
But countries that guns are outlawed in aren't as free as our country.
Right. They don't. Well, the biggest thing there is they don't have a Second Amendment, so it's not a really fair comparison. Generally speaking, they have much less populace.
Yes.
Also, there's not already 350 million guns in that country that you must therefore remove, which is an impossibility. It can never happen. How could you say to such a passionate group as Second Amendment guys, we're taking your guns, give them all back? There's 350 million guns plus in the United States now. What did I say, 350 million? I believe that's the number.
Yeah.
About the same number of people as guns. You know what I mean? Say, okay, we're taking them away. We're taking...
And this year was the biggest gun sales ever.
Ever. Yeah.
There's no way they're taking guns away. That's what I'm saying, too.
Right. So let's talk... Now let's talk realistically. What is it you want to do? Do you want to make it harder for me to buy guns and ammo? I don't see how much fucking harder you can make it. I don't see how much harder you can make it. Yeah. I believe mental health is a real issue that has to be addressed, and that's where you're going to start seeing significant differences in mass shootings. Is they're almost all, not every single one of them, of course, but almost all related to mental illness in some way. And there were usually, in almost every case, warning signs that were not seen, that were pushed under the rug. I think you give up your HIPAA rights immediately once you want to own a firearm. Your mental stability becomes questionable, and you must give up your entire history of any mental instability you had in your life, and HIPAA rights go out the window as a gun. I think that is part of being a responsible gun owner. You know what I mean? Mm. So, yeah, I mean, I can see changes being made there, but as far as making it harder for me or implementing more regulations and putting more restrictions on what I can buy, I don't see how that is going to help what, people on the left see as such a danger, and most of them are going to cite, mass shootings, and, that's going to be their go-to, is always going to be mass shootings, and I don't see how that affects that. If you already have 350 million guns in the United States, mental health has to be addressed,
Yeah, well, I think mental health needs to be addressed, just period.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now. There's no better time to address it now. Again, we keep referencing Rory, but, I feel, and I think you feel, that coronavirus played an integral role in him taking his life.
Dude, suicides are up like crazy right now, all over the country, and because of people don't have the ability to get out and talk to people or see people that they need, And
they keep saying, again, hearsay, but they keep saying, and we're seeing it, more restrictions are coming. It's going to be a dark winter. If that happens, I mean, these numbers you're seeing just go up. They just escalate dramatically, as far as suicide, domestic violence, things of that nature.
I don't even want to know what it's going to be, dude, if it gets worse than this, man.
I know.
I was hoping, although, though, then you see, like, say Biden does get in, will all this stuff go away? The coronavirus.
Well, it's kind of odd that he's the president-elect, according to the media, which all the leftists listen to. Again, with the leftists, but that the governor is now implementing more. If he's the president-elect, it seems odd.
Is he really implementing anything? It's not. It's really not. Oh, at 10 p.m. You got to go outside now. Get the fuck out of here. Are you going to bubble?
There was more than just that. I don't know what it was.
No, that was it.
Was that literally it?
Yeah, 10 p.m. and
no bars.
No bars have to stop at 10 p.m. too. They are going to be open 10 p.m. Which sucks for a bar, but
yeah. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Two dudes in a basement, but two dudes who are tax-paying, proud Americans with children. So I think,
you know what I seen though too. I seen The Hill. What's The Hill? It's like a publication.
Yeah, publication.
Right?
Yeah.
Said something like indoor concerts may not spread coronavirus. The new studies say. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
And how about the Biden rallies where they're passing around champagne bottles? Everybody's chugging it. Not a mask in sight. Not a peep. Not a peep from the news.
Okay.
Not a
That's
peep.
okay.
Crazy, isn't it? The double standards are just asinine.
It is.
And it just makes the American people faithless. You just become completely faithless.
Bro, like I said, especially if news gets out that this election was, fraud was involved, and no one does anything about it. Like I'm telling you, it's the end of democracy.
So
if
you're on one side of the spectrum, you become a non-believer in the system, right? And if you're on the other side of the spectrum, you get pissed off and start burning cities down. It's crazy. It's almost like, and I would never do this ever, because I believe in democracy and I believe in a fair election. But it's almost like you're almost fucking better off just taking Biden because of the consequences. I would never do it ever. I want a fair.
It's like what's
election.
What's that? Where there's a saying I forget. For security, you give up your rights. You know what I mean? So what's that saying? You know what I'm talking about?
No. For security, you give up.
Well,
your
I
rights.
guess who was it? Was it I forget the saying, but
you get hit in the head a lot.
A little bit. But like something like, if you're willing to give up your rights for security, you deserve neither your rights or security. You understand what I'm saying? Something like that?
You're onto something there. You're getting closer. You're getting closer.
It was Ben Franklin.
There you go.
Those who give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety.
There you go.
You weren't far off. That was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And that's kind of what we're at now.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh. Do you want to be a part of the fucking machine or not?
Right.
I don't want to be part of the machine, bro.
I would rather take chaos, which I won't cause, for integrity than have no integrity.
You know what's crazy?
And calm.
Like we have kids, right?
Right.
Like, what are we willing to do? What are we willing to do? They know.
What am I willing to do?
Yeah.
Well, how far is it going to go?
That's what I mean, bro.
If it goes to a civil war, I know what I'm fucking doing.
I know.
There's no question in my mind.
It could go. It's a real war's not it's not a fucking movie.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And you're literally putting your kids maybe in harm's way.
Well, I'm leaving
in the
here,
process.
First of all,
I know. I understand.
You're going to extremes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I mean, how far? That's why they know they could do these things.
Right.
Because they know people are like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna put my kid in fucking danger?
I agree with you. I agree. That is probably the average citizen. But there are so many patriots out there.
Well, you see what Joe Rogan posted. See what Joe Rogan posted about all the former military dudes that are just roaming our.
There are so many people that are trained to kill in this country, and are not afraid of violence, and they're always the most calm.
Yeah,
those are the people you don't worry about.
Right.
But you wake that sleeping of something like
sleeping giant. Bro.
You wake that sleeping giant, and bad shit is going to happen. And I'm not putting myself in that group. I'm not a veteran. I haven't fought wars. I haven't, but I'm a patriot. I'm a diehard believer in America.
I was talking to Eddie Alvarez. And I'm like, me and you, we're fucking tough.
Right.
We think we can handle it. We can protect our families. I'm like, we're like, you're a city kid. I'm a suburban kid. I go, we think we're fucking tough. We can do this.
I'm a city kid. Oh, Eddie.
I'm talking about Eddie. He's a city kid. I'm a suburban kid. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you this. I was like, but then you go and see fucking Tim Kennedy. I'm like, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna run out with our baseball bats and get fucking bang bang sniped. You know what I'm saying? So
he's next level.
Yeah,
he's next level.
Like those are the real.
But he's not the average. We're the average. Tim Kennedy's not the average. Tim Kennedy is the guy that's gonna lead you and me.
Yeah, hey, I'm down, bro.
I'll stand behind that guy all day long.
Fuck yeah.
I'll stand behind that guy all day long.
Yeah.
But then you got guys like my dad. He's just a country bumpkin. He's not a killer. I mean, he went to Korea. He's been in the military. Hey. Got guys like that. My dad would fucking die. He would bleed every ounce of blood out him on his front doorstep before you'd ever take his guns. And he's not a badass motherfucker, but you will not. You know what I mean?
He has principles.
Correct.
Yeah.
He'll bleed out dead as a doornail before you would ever rob him of what he considers to be his liberties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So is that where we're going?
I don't think now.
No,
I think it's a
Maine.
possibility.
Is that where we're going,
oh,
Maine?
yeah.
We're gonna fucking bunker up in Maine,
I don't think there's going to be a civil war now, but I think this is going to be as close as we are to it, until possibly a later election. You know, I think we're going to be close to it. Yeah.
Okay, Trump doesn't get in. Biden's the guy. Does Trump run in 2024?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
How old will he
And
be?
if he doesn't get in legitimately, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not sitting here like fucking Trump better get in. If I just want it to be legitimate.
Okay, question number 2. Biden is the president. Gets inaugurated January 20th or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How long is he president?
Before Carmela takes over?
Kamala.
Carmela.
Tony Soprano's wife, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm close. Listen, for anybody that butchers shit as much as you do, you better lay off me a little bit. You butcher words. You just fucking.
I just made the Benjamin Franklin quote.
You were about a mile off, but you were
I
close enough.
brought it.
You were
I
close enough.
brought
You were
it
close enough.
back to where I had to go.
You were close. You were close. You got close in the end. How long? Jeez, I mean, again, these are just 2 guys in a basement.
You. It's not like you're
within the
fucking
first year.
political-
Within the first year.
Yeah. And what's going to be?
They would deem him
cognitive decline.
Yeah, mentally unstable.
That's just that's
And
like
there's no
just a
bigger
spit.
progressive.
But I
than
mean,
her.
isn't that like you're like? Do the people that voted for Joe think that are they expecting that? You think?
No, I don't think they have any clue.
They think he's going to be there all the way through.
Or they're completely comfortable with
Kamala.
Kamala, being.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
President. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that would just to me like if it happens within a year and this.
Bro, he didn't pick her until what a month and a half.
But
before?
he's out,
Like,
and
nobody.
she's in.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't that if I was a guy that voted for him, or if I voted for him, I'd be like, damn, what the fuck? We got kind of shafted here, right?
Yep. And I'll be honest with you though, if it happened in reverse and Trump was our president and Pence stepped in after watching him in that debate,
he did great.
I would be comfortable with him.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot about him. He's kind of always been the quiet guy in the background, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like Biden was.
Most vice presidents are.
Yeah,
right?
they are. They're
Gore was quiet.
They're a talking head. You know,
who was first George? Oh, Dan Quayle.
Yeah, good
Dan
call
Quayle.
on the Dan Quayle. Yeah, wow.
He's with the.
Yeah.
Remember he was in a. He
I don't think it was Quayle, was it?
Dan
That did
Quayle,
spell
Quayle.
potato wrong?
Yes.
Was it Quayle?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
He's like giving a demonstration in front of
like elementary
5-year-olds
school.
and spell potato wrong. Yeah. Potato.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was Quayle.
It definitely was.
Was it?
Positive. Who was Reagan's vice president? I don't know. That's my first. I was young.
Bush.
Oh yeah, shit.
Holy cow.
What?
2 terms, huh?
Yeah.
Both terms.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy cow, I didn't know that.
I would have known it if you didn't say it, but once you said it, I'm like, holy shit, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, you would have known it, sure.
No, I wouldn't have known it.
Oh, you wouldn't.
I said
have.
I wouldn't
Okay,
have known it.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't know, buddy. I don't know how, I keep feeling like when we do these shows, I kind of want to have Frankie Perez and Jesse on. I kind of want to have them on.
Jesse is reaching a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen.
A little bit.
I love him.
A little bit.
I love him. I love his passion. I love that.
I love his passion.
He's still reaching. He's still reaching.
But I think he makes for such an interesting guest.
Oh,
even though we got to have him on soon. Frankie Perez and Jesse. But we did give them until Election Day. Right,
and
both of them. We looked at both of them because they're rabbit hole conspiracy theory guys, and they give a really, really effective, really kind of convincing argument for all their points. They back them up. They sound so convincing, and I don't take the bait fully, but I'm like, oh, I'm intrigued. Let me hear more. Frankie, I think, is kind of the same way, and they're so emotional and so passionate about it. So, Frankie's and my answer to them, or our response after hearing a bunch of these theories were, okay, so when does somebody actually get busted? When does somebody actually have to pay the piper for these crimes committed? And mostly, I think it's fair to say we were talking about the pedophile ring. Jesse will even get further down. He'll go into adrenochrome and taking people's faces off and wearing them. I mean, Jesse goes deep, 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 deep down these rabbit holes. But I just said, okay, if pedophilia is such a major, major thing in Hollywood and, so tightly connected and politically affiliated, when does somebody, if there's a justice system at all, because you do see people getting busted occasionally, when does somebody big go down? Like he was talking about Tom Hanks, and he's like, definitely by the election, something big's going to happen.
I
I didn't see anything happen. So
yeah, I'll take that stuff as folklore.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, I mean, I
Hey,
don't.
there could be
listen,
truth in all that stuff.
Could
Could
be
be.
elements of truth. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
But there also could
You know,
not be.
Epstein. You know, but he's not really the player we were talking about.
Well,
you know?
supposedly they confirmed. I guess Ghislaine confirmed that Clinton was on that plane.
I don't think anybody
certain amount of
questions
time.
that Clinton was
No,
on the
but-
plane
no,
or
I know.
there. It's
No,
whether
but now
Clinton
it's been confirmed
is-
by her specifically.
But well, I mean, his
And
name
it's
is
not in the
there, and
news.
again, yeah, I mean, I guess you need an eyewitness. But the caretaker said he saw him there. You know what I mean? I mean, he's had eyewitnesses put him on the island. The question is, did he commit sexual acts with minors? I mean, that's the question. You know what I mean? And according to Jesse, bombs were gonna drop,
And nothing happened.
and I ain't heard shit. So
Nothing happened.
we'll see. We'll see. I gotta be a believer in fact, and if nothing ever comes to fruition, I'm sort of a non-believer. I mean, that's how I'm built. I'm a very factual guy, and I don't mind.
I mean, like, what about the conspiracy theory of like JFK?
Again, I have to have something tangible. What do you
think? What do you think would happen with that? You think? You think?
you think the government really had him killed?
I think either government or so. Okay.
Think the government took down the World Trade Center?
No. Let's stick to one topic here.
Okay.
Who's the guy that shot him?
No, not Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Was it
Oswald,
Lee
yeah,
Harvey?
yeah. Do you think he did it all by himself?
No,
Okay.
I
So,
don't.
yeah, all right, that's the conspiracy. That's the conspiracy more so than just who did
And
it.
he was immediately shot.
Yeah,
right.
I forgot the guy's name. Yeah, he was immediately shot by that guy, and that who?
Jack Ruby. Yeah, Jack Ruby.
and Jack Ruby died.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. So
you know what I mean? Like, come on.
No, but was it as if it was as elaborate of a plan as people conspiracy theorists suspect? Somebody has to be a loose link. Somebody has to give up.
They fucking killed him. They killed both loose links.
No, there are other loose links than just those two. There wasn't those two talking that came up with this plan. Somebody that was a
You know Genghis Khan?
yeah.
Right,
I know who you mean. Sure,
Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Supposedly, when he died, right? He died, and they buried him. The person that buried him, they didn't want to they killed that person, and they killed the next person, so nobody knew where fucking Genghis
Where
Khan was
he's
killed.
buried?
Yeah,
Killed or buried?
buried.
Buried. Wow. Why do they want to keep that a secret?
I don't know. It's something he wanted to do.
I hadn't heard that, but
Yeah. Little tidbit of information for you.
I believe you because you read more than I do. But
Yeah,
I'm just
I do.
curious why he would not want
If I
people
read
to
the
know.
comics, I read more than you do.
He's worried. Good one. He's worried. He was worried that his enemies would dig him up or something. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think maybe in that I don't have to call it religion or whatever,
Yeah.
their beliefs. I think you don't want people to dig you up and stuff like that. you know?
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'll flip the question back around on you. What do you think with JFK assassination? And I'll throw one more on top of that when you get done answering that. 9/11.
I don't know anything. I don't know much about the JFK thing, but I do
Just
think
asking
there was
for your
more. There was
opinion.
I'm saying I don't know. I don't know enough information to really give a solid opinion on it.
Okay.
But I do think there's more than one person involved.
Oh, sure.
And it wasn't because it was probably either inside government thing or like a mob thing. That's what I think. Okay, so like either he was gonna say stuff the government didn't want to know, or he pissed off the mafia, because the mafia supposedly got him in office. They supported him, and then he went and fucking turned on them. That's the rumor, right? 9/11. Do I think we did it to ourselves? No. Do I think we knew information that we maybe could have stopped it? Possibly.
Really?
Possibly. It brought us to war.
It does seem odd. I will say it does seem odd that these guys that took down, that masterminded the greatest terrorist act that has ever happened in the United States, did it on our own soil. They took flight school in Florida. I mean, it does seem a little odd, you know. And
I mean, anything can happen. I mean, the first time something happens, then you'd be like, oh, how did no one knew about it,
right,
you know?
Right,
so that's
right.
why it happened.
Then security measures are obviously, that would never happen now, clearly, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so I don't know. I saw something recently. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, because I don't have the the information in my head that I'm looking for, but something recently happened with the Boston bomber. I saw he was in the news again.
The Chechen guy?
Yeah, I think something about his lawyers were petitioning. Isn't he on death row? They were petitioning to give him life and get him off death row, something like that I saw. But
I don't even know.
Did you ever see that documentary on that and how that happened? Oh, very interesting. You should watch that.
Those dudes trained MMA.
And by the way, I watched.
You know that, right?
Did they really? No shit. Chechenian. Well, Chechenian does not surprising, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They were the tall, lanky guys, kind of like Zabit. They kind of looked like Zabit, actually. I did watch, and I fast-forwarded a lot of it because I could not do it, bro. I just couldn't do it. But I watched the American Murder.
Oh, yeah,
I watched it. I watched it yesterday and fast-forwarded a lot of it. I could not stomach him playing with his girls. And
not much of
but
that,
the part where he put him in the truck, I fast-forwarded that whole fucking shit, bro. I could not hear him talk about. They said the first question was, well, so where was Shanann? Where was Shanann? She was on the floor in the back with the kids. And the lady said, well, what did the kids say? And he said, they kept saying, is mommy okay?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, bro, I started tearing up. I was like, I just fast forward that whole part. I couldn't watch it.
So he
Crazy.
killed the wife first?
Killed the wife first. Put her, I suppose, because he didn't want the body seen by the neighbors, wrapped her in a sheet, put her in the back seat on the floorboards, and then sat the kids on the bench seat over her body. Can you fucking imagine, bro?
Wow, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
He's sick fuck.
Yeah, bro. But no warnings. And it really had all to do with the new girl he was dating, you know?
That's crazy, bro. The pussy will do some crazy shit.
Not that crazy shit, bro.
No, to certain people it apparently does.
I mean, I guess, but Jesus.
I mean, look at you. Look at you. You were fucking pretty banged up.
Banged up. But that was not pussy.
Hey, it started from pussy.
It did start from pussy. I guess it started. It was not pussy, bro. That was being made into a monster. But anyway, I'm not going down that road. We talked about that episode 1. I ain't never talking about it again. Yeah. So yeah, I suppose. But I mean, where were the warning signs? We were just talking about mental health. You know, is that a guy that potentially could have fucking gone into his work and shot up everybody and never had a warning sign?
Do you ever go around and be like, damn, I'm just not. I feel like someone that I think could come in with an AR and fucking spray the place.
Do I think of people?
Listen,
fucking definitely.
I'll tell you what.
I could give you a list right now of people where I'm like a little concerned.
I'm fucking super nice to him.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I don't even want to say a name right.
I
don't even want to say a name right now, but I'll tell you off once we get off the fucking air.
I smile. I tell him, hey, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm in their good graces.
Yeah, no question. No question. And you run into those people more than you think, you know?
Yeah.
You do.
Well, what's the recap? We still don't have a president.
No, technically we do not. Right? Oh, wait. Something I want to ask, and we may not even know, and maybe Andrew can answer this. Is Biden now currently sitting at 259?
That, I don't know.
In electoral votes?
I thought it was like 280 something.
He was. But now they've rescinded certain states.
Did they
to go back?
But you're reading like publications on some.
That's why I asked, bud. That's why I asked.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. At least as far as mainstream media.
No,
I'll say no.
Go to the Electoral College site itself, if there is such a thing.
I don't even know. Is there? I don't know. I wouldn't.
There is. I don't know if it's a site, but there is a way to access it, and I've seen several things that said he now sits at 259. But I don't know if that's accurate. Is that accurate?
According to Real Clear Politics, he's at 259. Trump's at 214.
Yeah. So Trump didn't move.
North Carolina was called for Trump today.
It was.
100%?
Officially.
Wow.
So wait why is he only at 214? Thought he was at 214.
That might not be updated then.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, listen. I am not, I'm not going to be one of these guys that's going to be like, Trump's in there. Anything can happen though. We things are happening. Let's just say that things are happening. I believe all other Americans, everybody should want an honest, integral election. Everybody should, no matter which side you're on. And if it turns out that Biden won legitimately, Biden's my president. So be it. So be it. Right? I'm gonna be real pissed off, real protective if he comes after my guns, but. I'll be all right. We'll survive this.
I mean, okay. It's been Second Amendment. Has anybody ever tried to come after the guns?
No, they've only put regulations on, existing laws that are on the books. We've been as heavily regulated as we possibly can be, and course, they want to regulate more, but the NRA is the biggest protector of that, and that's a private organization. It's a well-funded private organization by private citizens, and but it's the biggest protector of our Second Amendment freedoms by far, probably, and the politicians that are in place to protect it and believe in it, and so I'm a lifelong NRA member. Might be something you want to look into, buddy.
Nailed. What NRA? What's National Rifle Association?
Yeah. Why'd you say nailed?
I don't know. I was thinking something else. I was trying to sound funny, but it didn't work. No, it's fucked up. It's fucked. This is. I shouldn't say this. On crucifixes, it says INRI.
It does.
It does.
Okay.
I'm nailed right in. No, it's fucked up.
What is wrong with you?
It does mean something. It doesn't mean that, but yeah.
I didn't even know it said that, but
That's
you're fucked up for even
that
saying
is.
that.
I'm sorry, Lord. I'm just playing.
Jesus. You know who's going to kill you? Renee.
Yes, I know.
I was critiquing Jesse last week for being into health and fitness, and caught him smoking.
Are you into fitness?
Yeah, I move fitness in your mouth. You use that line already.
I know.
You're supposed to be the epitome of health. You got the worst fucking posture I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, I'm fucking lounging.
Sit up, bud. Sit up.
I'm lounging,
That's
man.
horrible posture.
I'm lounging.
Fucking belly's hanging out. Shit.
I ain't got no belly, boy. I'm lounging, son.
Oh, I don't know, man. You got anything else you want to discuss, Frank? You want to wrap this one up for this week? Do you
Yeah,
think
I
we
think we
pissed
wrapped
off enough people?
You know what, man? I really don't care. I don't look at any of the comments.
I don't.
So don't worry about it.
I
I know
don't.
you do. I know you do.
I sometimes
you
I do.
I know you do.
Sometimes
I don't look at any of them.
You said that last week. You said I don't read any of the comments, and then
But I saw
and
one.
then you quoted a comment. You're like, but this one person said.
No, I did. I just see one thing. When you go through like the. I don't look at the posts.
Yeah.
If you look at the posts, you can't help but go through the comments.
Right.
But I'll go through like my mentioned stuff, and sometimes it'll come through.
No, I'll read them sometimes. I try not to react to them. I don't write anything back because I believe. Listen, as big a supporter as I am of the Second Amendment, I'm even more so for the First Amendment. So I don't care. People have the listen. It always boggles my mind when people comment, "You got a fucking shithole podcast. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking." Why are you listening? If you fucking hate it, don't listen. I don't get it,
They really like you. That's what it is.
So, that would be my only take. But listen, you're always going to have naysayers. You're always going to have people weighing in negatively. I believe if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. I think that the older I've gotten in life, I know what I stand for, what I believe in. I believe it's right and it's just. And I'm sure people that oppose my point of view think they're right and they're just. And they have every right to start a podcast and say whatever they would like to say. I probably won't listen to it, and I probably won't weigh in negatively just because I don't operate like that. But if you want to on this podcast, we will welcome your negative comments here. Talk just more shit about Frankie, though.
Direct it to Roger.
See? He's got to fucking cop off what I say.
Direct it to, at Roger Matthews.
Yeah. Soon, upcoming episode, Frankie and I are going to spar.
Oh, let's fucking go. We can do it right now.
That wouldn't go well for me. You think if I could catch you with one clean, I could, like, no. I'm a bigger guy. I don't have any form or anything, but you don't think I could
if I'm not looking.
You think I could maybe get one through or no chance?
I mean, hey, shit.
I got a puncher's chance, right?
Everybody's got a puncher's chance, Everybody got a puncher's chance.
All right. That's probably not going to happen. Actually, we might do it. I might just do it for fun, let Frankie beat me up a little bit. The fans would enjoy that, but he's going to have to punch up like this. But
no, I'll punch him straight right to your dick.
All right, everybody. Please share, like, and subscribe if you like what you hear. Check us out, Champ of the Tramp, all podcast formats, and we're on YouTube if you want an in-studio look. So thank you guys for the love and the support.
Roger playing with his nuts all
yeah, somebody said that, and I catch myself. Someone said it was a compliment from a gay gentleman. He said, I tune in every week just to watch you play with your junk, and then I was like, fuck, stop doing that. Stop playing with your junk. And then I just caught myself a little while ago. I was just kind of holding it. I wasn't really playing with it. But anyway, yeah. Anyway.
It's throbbing in his fucking hand.
Bad. All right, so check us out. Thank you guys for the love and the support, and we're here every week for you. So,
peace.
Silence.